inshallah in this video I will show you how I use Blender to make videos. So basically in this video I have some videos that I have recorded and I have already used in the previous video, and I have for example my intro and some sound for the background that is the rain sound. So let's open up Blender and start. So this is Blender and I will go into video editing, and this is the folder, the files that I will use now. So I copy the path and I paste it here, enter, and here I have my videos. I drag and drop one of them into the composition. Okay, so if I scroll with the mouse I can view more or less, and I use it to zoom out, and as you can see here the video ends here. You can see here is brighter and here is darker, because here we have that the video starts at 1 and finishes at 250, so we can increase it for the moment to this number here, and as you can see now it ends right here. So I prefer to zoom out vertically too by clicking here and going up. So if you prefer you can do it. And here I have my first footage. I usually go until I want to cut the first part, for example here, and I press the K button, and as you can see I have sliced the two strips. This is the strip of the audio, of the video, sorry, and this is for the audio. So now I can select those two strips and press X to delete them. Okay, so for example now let's suppose that I want to insert my my intro. So I click on add image sequence and I go for example here, and I can click into intro and the last intro for example, and I have here, I can delete this file, sorry. Here I have a sequence of images and I press A to select them all and add image strip. As you can see here I have my image strip. So as you can see here I have my video, and I have to match it with another footage, for example this one, that is the part 2. I press I can move strips by selecting them and pressing G. So press G, I put them here for example, and I zoom a little bit here so I can adjust my intro, so it goes something like this. As you can see here, when you see this this pattern, that means that there is no video and that this part is transparent. So maybe I want to select these two strips and press G to move them a little bit further. So as you can see here, for example, I can see the other video, and that's it for the intro. Let's suppose, for example, that I want my intro to be shown slowly and not at this speed here. What I can do is right click here and use I'm sorry, I can go into add, and I can go into effect strip and speed control. So now it goes with a if I move it like this, if I click here on the border, first I have to select the strip. If I click here on the borders, I can enlarge it, for example like this. As you can see, R is lower, but as you can see, I have a problem that before the video it doesn't show the video, and after it doesn't work correctly. Why? Because this speed controller overrides this one. To solve this problem, what I do typically is I click here, and first I click on the blending option, and I select alpha under. So this shows under all videos, so it will not be shown basically. And here I click here, and as you can see, replace. So this is the reason why it shows like this, and it doesn't show the part below. So what I do typically is I click here, and I click into alpha over. As you can see, now it works good. As you can see, now it works good. So maybe I have to move it a little bit at the left, so I press G and move it a little bit. Okay. Now it seems that is working. So one thing that is important, that if I want to see my video, now if I press space, sometimes it gets slower. So what I do typically is I go here, I click here in this little arrow, I go into view, and I click here prefetch frames, and I lower a little bit the resolution using proxy size 25. As you can see, now the resolution is a little bit bad, but it's okay. So the most important thing is that I see what I want to do. Sometimes I raise it a little bit, or I put it a little bit lower. So that's it. And now maybe I will put it to screen render size as before. So let's suppose, for example, that I want to add another footage, for example this, the number 3. So remember that you have to select them both and then move, because if you select only one part, you will move only the video or the sound. So G to select them both, and if you select them both and press G here, and you move it a little bit to the other strip, and you press Control when you are near the other strip, as you can see, it attaches it. So now is attached. Okay, so I can click, and it will pass it in that place. So let's suppose, for example, that I want to finish my video here. As you can see, this is darker. That means the video ends here in the clear place. So what I have to do is, what I do typically is I go here and I see this number, and I copy it and I paste it here, because this is the number where we are at the moment, and this is the start, and this is the ending of the composition of the video. Let's suppose, for example, that now we want to add the typical like and subscribe that I put in the video. And what I do is I press add image sequence, like and subscribe. I click here, add image strip. As you can see, this is the image strip, but it goes too fast, and so I have to click here, add, and I go with effect strip, speed control as before, and I move it like this, and we have the same problem of before, and I do the same thing. So it takes a little bit of time to learn these things. This is the reason why I made this video, so it may make the life of people a little bit easier. And as you can see, now it's working perfectly. So another thing that you have to know, suppose for example that I want to add my rain sound. First I go like this, I copy all, for example right now, because I put all them starting from 1, so I move them a little bit up, and I put the rain sound underneath. I have to put it underneath. Okay, good. Usually, for example, I take the rain sound with a number like this, and I like to raise it a little bit when we are in near the intro, so that it goes increasing from there to there. For example, I go here and I press this button here, so it starts to watch for changes, and after that I go right here and I put it, for example, at a higher number, suppose like this, and I have to press another time this number, and as you can see it increases with a linear movement. And I go here, for example, and I repress this button, so it saves the status here, and I go here and I put the number I had before, and I repress this number. So as you can see, so it goes, we have a lower sound, and here it goes a little bit up and then down. So if you want to see this if you want to see these keyframes, you have to go into, for example, you can see them into the dope sheet, as you can see. Maybe I will zoom it a little bit here. As you can see, this is what I have just explained. When we are here, the keyframe starts here, then increases a little bit, and here is linear, is constant, and then it decreases. And if you want to see the graph, you can go here and click into the graph editor, and you will see the curve, and you can change the curve, etc, and that's it. And suppose, for example, that we have done our video and we want to save it. So what I typically save it is in the MP4 format, and to do so I go here, I check that the resolution is okay, and the frames is okay, but maybe the frames I check it before the video. I'm sorry that I haven't said it before. And then here you click here to say in which folder you want to save your video, and the file format. Usually I use FFmpeg video, and encoding I use MPEG-4. Here this setting, and I use high quality. And audio, remember to use audio or you will not hear anything, and I click on AAC, and that's it. Then we have to go into render animation, and it will start to render our animation. It will take a while, depends on the quality on your computer. So I hope that I helped someone, and see you the next time. Bye.